সরাসরি চলে যাব নিউজ রুমে রয়েছেন ডেপুটি এডিটর মৌপি আনন্দী।
ধন্যবাদ সম্প্রীতি। এই মুহূর্তে সরাসরি আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন রাজ্যের মাননীয় রাজ্যপাল হিজ এক্সেলেন্সি সিভি আনন্দ বোস। স্যার, ওয়েলকাম টু জি24 ঘন্টা। This is Mopia from জি24 ঘন্টা newsroom, sir. Sir, we have seen that you returned today, cutting short your Darjeeling visit, and you went to the trouble-torn area straight from the airport. Sir, that clearly shows how perturbed you were to have gone through all these incidents. So, what's your take on this, sir?
What people need is action, not an alibi for inaction. That is what prompted me to cut short my visit to attend a G20 meeting in Darjeeling and rush back to the scene of the incidents. We know two wrongs, even if they are mutually contradictory, will not constitute one right. On the streets, what I found was that the lumpen and the crass elements in society, to make it clear, the rowdies, the hooligans, the criminals had a field day. But that was not long-lived. Now, what the people want is peace. They want deliverance and liberation from the clutches of the misguided elements in society who take the law in their hands and keep society at ransom. This should end. This will end. This requires concerted action by all the stakeholders. These stakeholders are the government of India, the government of West Bengal, the public of West Bengal, the political parties, the media, and of course, that section which is more or less neglected by everybody, the silent majority. My task is to see that all these elements are networked together and action is being taken. That is what people want. They want deliverance from this practice of intimidating politics. They do not want it. Violence has no place in politics. Force is not an arbiter. We will demonstrate with telltale effect. That is the lesson, the take home, which I have taken from the field visit. Now, all of us will unitedly act for the benefit of the common man, and the results will be there soon to see.
So do you really feel that, as you were talking about all stakeholders are sincere and honest in dealing with this situation?
I do not expect an ideal situation. Administration is art of the peaceable. I would say, in spite of all the follies and foibles and the limitations all around in any system, when various stakeholders take part together, there cannot be a unity of action, there cannot be uniformity. We will work together and see that we achieve our objectives. My role is to see that all these differing elements, diverging elements are brought together. Coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. My role is to see that the stakeholders come together, keep together, work together. We will certainly see that what the common man expects of all these agencies will be delivered with effect.
So we have seen that you were speaking to the top officials right at the spot, also at Richter station. So is there any specific instructions you gave to them that you can share with us?
This visit was a fact-finding, data-gathering visit. I interacted with all the stakeholders whom I could meet there, and then got the opinion of the man on the street. That is more important. What the man on the street thinks, perceives, is what is important. What he wants is what will be my priority. I could understand the mind of the people to a large extent, how they perceive it. And that is very important in the decision making. Now, I have seen, analyzed, assessed. Now I will take my decision. Once the decision is taken, there will be action, solid action, immediate action, effective action.
So the BJP delegation went to Raj Bhavan to meet you. Any particular issues they have escalated to you, and did they get any kind of assurance from you?
They have come with their point of view about the situation, their analysis, and also they have clearly stated what they want, the course of action which they want to be taken. I have listened to them patiently, and I also requested them. Now, a crisis situation is there. Crisis management is going on. Exercise restraint. Don't defy the prohibitory orders now. Whether the prohibitory orders are implemented or effected properly, that we will analyze later. I request them not to defy it, to be patient for some time and give a chance to the governor to do action depending on the various inputs that are received from various sources. And they gracefully agreed to wait for some time and leave some room for action to be taken. Let's wait and watch. I'm very, very optimistic that we'll be able to find a solution to this problem.
Sir, I'm just taking a cue from what you have said right now. Mr. Shukanta Mojumdar has also informed us in the briefing post-visit that you have advised them, not to go to Rishra right now, not to go to the trouble-prone areas right now. So you feel that opposition leaders too should be aware of their responsibilities right now, and such ventures can worsen the situation further?
In cooperative federalism, there should be cooperation between the center and the state. Within the state, among political parties also, constructive cooperation is required in the larger interest of people. I am very glad that the opposition here, that is the BJP, were able and willing to listen to my request, and let us hope that all of us will work together to re-establish peace. Their political ideologies may differ. That is a different domain of which I have no idea. I am not competent to comment on that. But what I find is that there is a growing feeling that confrontation should give rise to conciliation. In place of antipathy, there should be empathy. Political passion should be tempered with compassion. I am glad about the feedback which I have received from various sections of society, including the political parties. There is a commitment for the people. That is the beauty of the difference in democracy. That beauty is very much there in the behavior of the opposition, as far as I have experienced and perceived it.
Sir, to restore peace and harmony, it is obvious that there should be, some cohesion among all the stakeholders should be on the same page, but still we have not seen the sign of them being on the same page. Who do you hold responsible for that?
In a democracy, especially in a pluralistic society, difference of opinion and difference of perceptions are bound to be there. Protest and airing differences is the health of democracy. It's not a bane, it's a boon of democracy. Democracy admits of difference of opinion. We should agree to disagree. My role is to identify those areas of convergence, not to lament on those areas of divergence. There I find that there is a spirit of cooperation. See, that essential culture of Bengali is there. If Gopal Krishna Gokhale said that what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow, it is because of that culture. There is a high level of culture in the politics and the behavior of the people of Bengal. That is something over which I have a lot of faith. I am sure that the conflict of interest need not always lead to destabilization of society. We saw the Cold War, and we saw various economic interests, capitalism clashing with socialism. After all these things, society does not end. From all these conflicts, a balance will emerge. It is the quality of the balance which determines the quality of the people. I think in Bengal, the quality of the people is very high. Therefore, I think the quality of consensus will come. Clash of interest will not lead to degeneration. We will find a way out. As Martin Luther said, we shall overcome. We will go together because our priority is the people. First duty of the governor is the people. Second duty is to the people. Third duty is to the people. People are the masters in a democracy. If that, so far as that is there, democracy has its own system of checks and balances, mid-course corrections. I do not find anything strange in the present situation here. We will all put our heads and hands together and find an amicable solution to the crisis.
Sir, you are the constitutional head of the government. So how would you assess the role of your government in dealing with the situation?
By my government, if you mean the central government and the state government, yes. I am sure that both governments will work within the framework of the Constitution and the will of the people. I do not find any difficulties. In the operational matters, there may be difference of opinions and approaches. Ultimately, all governments will be wedded to the concept of democracy and what the Constitution has defined. This divergence here and there does not speak anything wrong about democracy. We will all pull together. All stakeholders come together. We will work together. We will succeed together.
Sir, my last question to you. You must have known that the leader of opposition, Mr. Subhendu Adhikari, though he mentioned that this is his personal opinion, but he has been referring to two of your predecessors very recently, Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi and Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar. So would you like to comment on that, sir?
The opposition leader has all freedom to criticize any functionary in government. And if I am compared to my predecessors, They are illustrious predecessors of mine, great people. I am a humble, ordinary human being. So he compared me to them. I will consider it as a compliment. If he criticized me, I thank him for that. It is a critics who are best teachers. I thank the leader of opposition for holding a mirror before me. Thank you so much.
স্যার থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফর জয়নিং আস। মাননীয় রাজ্যপাল হিজ এক্সেলেন্সি সিভি আনন্দ বোস আমাদের সঙ্গে এতক্ষণ সরাসরি ছিলেন এবং তিনি আজ দার্জিলিং থেকে ফিরে তার দার্জিলিং সফর কাটছাট করে তিনি কলকাতায় ফেরেন এবং বিমানবন্দর থেকে তিনি সরাসরি চলে যান রিষড়ায় এবং সেখানে গিয়ে তিনি পরিস্থিতি খতিয়ে দেখেন। তারপর তিনি এসএসকেএম হাসপাতালে আসেন রিষড়া কাণ্ডে আহত তাকে দেখতে এবং তারপর বিস্তারিতভাবে তার যে পর্যবেক্ষণ সেটা তিনি শেয়ার করলেন জি24 ঘন্টায়। আমি ফিরিয়ে দেব নিউজ স্টুডিওতে সম্প্রীতির কাছে। সম্প্রীতি।
বাংলার আওয়াজ, বাঙালির আবেগ, জি24 ঘন্টা।